show you. Okay, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not a shrunken iPhone. This is the Soyes, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Soyes S7 mini Android phone. Okay, this is it is a working phone, believe it or not, and I don't know if anybody watched my review. I don't know how long ago it was, nearly a year of the. I had this mini phone, but it didn't. It wasn't Android. It was like a square, looked almost like a smartwatch. But it wasn't Android. This is actually Android 5.1. Its spec wise is a 2.4-inch screen. The resolution is, I'm just having to check this, 430 times 240, which of course is not much, but when you consider it's very small, then it looks actually not bad. It has 8 GB of RAM, 8 GB ROM and 1 GB of RAM. It's a quad-core MediaTek processor. They say it's 0.3 megapixel front camera and a 5 megapixel rear camera. Now it has Bluetooth. There is no headphone jack, if you can see here. Uh, so it is Bluetooth, and as I said, it is Android 5.1. So is it any good? Well, I suppose the novelty value of it is uh, quite good. Now I got this from King Sook, and it was about, and I've had a bit of an issue with the money with King Sook, but anyway, that's my problem. So it cost about 250 Saudi riyals from King Sook, and in the box there was nothing other than a screen protector, so it doesn't come with much. It feels pretty well built. I think it's metal. I'm not exactly sure. It could be plastic. It's like a metally feel. Unibody. SIM tray is here, and it's dual SIM. Now they say it's 4G LTE, so it's a hybrid SIM tray. And I mean, it doesn't. It feels quite good in the hand. So. Of course, the size is probably it's a novelty factor, of course, but you know, you could have this as your backup phone, as your maybe for the kids, um, just something to keep in your you know glove compartment or your wife's handbag, something like that. It could be you could use it. I don't think you'd be using it day in, day out. So I did two things. I tried Stubborn Trojan Killer, and just in case, because now I'm really trying to do that with all of them, just so that there's nothing untoward on it. It was clean, and I downloaded Antutu to do a benchmarking. Now the 3D Antutu didn't work, so. But it did go through the benchmark, and let me tell you what the score was, and I was quite impressed with the score. It seemed to be giving me a score of like 2,199. Uh, Actually, the phone feels reasonably fast when you're using it. So let me just see here. It's a Mali 400. It's saying rear camera is 8 megapixel, but I'm not sure. I read that it was 5 megapixel. It's saying that the processor is 64-bit, although I read that it was 32. You're getting 160 ppi or dpi. So let's see, yeah, so it's saying front and rear camera are 8, so that's not right. And of course we always take Antutu with a pinch of salt. And the Bluetooth works. I checked, and I will show you in a minute. I transferred a video over just for interest, and I will let you see it in a second. Okay, now when I was setting it up, I found that the keyboard, certainly for my big fingers, was just I was hitting the wrong keys. So I downloaded these one of these big keyboard, and so I will show you it. Let me go to the browser, and it works better. So there's many of these. So let me see, and you can see there this keyboard that I put in Fat Fingers or something it's called. This one works a lot better than the keyboard that which was just kind of standard Android keyboard that came with it. So that would be something most probably that you would want to uh, download. So here's the camera. Let me just focus in on something here. Oh, and you'll see that we have a flash. Let me try it again. So let's see. Well, look, okay, it has a camera and it has a flash, so it will be fine for snapshots. Now, it takes an SD card, of course, only got 8 GB of memory, so really you would probably have to put in your SD card. Let me just, it's pretty bright. I'm just looking here. Let me go to the settings or gallery. Let me see anything in the gallery. No, there's nothing. It has this soft button here, so you can go home, click on recent or back, which makes life easier. You can press the home button to go back as well. So let me just go to display, wallpaper, wallpapers. Is there anything? Oh no, it's live wallpaper. I don't want that. I want wallpapers. Yeah. Maybe there's no other wallpaper than the one that is there. Yeah, it's not showing me anything. So no, I don't want that. Anyway, I was going to hopefully try and show you another wallpaper, because with that black background, it's hard to see the kind of sharpness, but the screen looks plenty sharp. It's fine. Of course, you have to have good eyes, or you have to have glasses, which you know, at the moment I have neither. So let me show you a video of my last review. I transferred it over. Processor 1.5 optical, 1.5 gigahertz octa-core. Let me take this right way back. Now, if anybody watched this Attila, and what have I got for you? Where is it? Oh no, let me take it all the way back here. Very loud speaker. Hello. So here we go. Yeah. First review of 2018. And what have I got for you? Okay, I got this. Let me turn it on. So it's playing that file, not bad at all. Anybody who watched that Attila view, you will notice that the when the facts came up there, I don't know what happened. It must have been saved from the time I reviewed my Sony headphones. I don't know what happened anyway. That's my bad. But I did make in the comment section the proper facts. So sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, it plays videos, and the sound from that speaker is pretty loud. So are you going to be using it to watch Lord of the Rings? I doubt it. But you know, it's you can if you want. So I made one call. I put my SIM card in it, and I made one call, and I was surprised. The quality was as good as any of these other phones. You know, bit tinny, but it was fine. So you know, a Bluetooth. I listened to that video via my Bluetooth. It worked fine, sounded okay. Of course, there is no headphone jack, as I mentioned, so you would need to invest in a pair of Bluetooth. headphones. Everything is working. Now, I did have a bit of an issue when I signed in to Google Play. Something happened, like it looked like the store disappeared, and I thought it was all a bit weird, but actually it came back again, and since then it has been working fine. So on the normal kind of usage, I wouldn't be using the, the back button uh, here, the home button, I should say. It didn't feel that strong, so if it was me, I wouldn't be using that a lot. So let me just go to, saying here Android 6. Yeah, so it's Lollipop, which is not Android 6. Android 6 is Marshmallow. So, you can't believe everything that you read on these phones. Android 6. I didn't check if there was a system update. Let's see. Anything? Oh, that's up to date. Don't know what that is. Let me go back here. Wireless update. Check for updates. Now, okay, so I knew nothing about this phone. I just bought it because I thought it looked funny. But I did read online that this was actually crowdfunded in China. Of course, it's made in China, where all good phones are made. It was crowdfunded in China, and it raised them whatever money it was looking to raise within a very short period of time. So, of course, people bought into the idea of having like an iPhone Super Mini clone, as it were, and people bought into the idea of having it, and well, uh, it works. It seems to be working okay. How it will work day in day out, I'm not sure, but it's not going to be your main daily driver. But it looks nice. It could be a nice wee gift you could give to somebody, inexpensive gift, and of course it is full Android, even though it's an old version of Android. But yeah, it's everything is working as it should. The screen, albeit small, is perfectly legible, and 1 GB of RAM and that quad-core processor, it's pretty decent. So you're not. You're not going to be playing big games on here, or any games on here, I suppose. So you'd be keeping it relatively light, but you could use it you could put your music on it and it'd be an MP3 player. I think that would be definitely, and listen via your headphones, that would definitely be a pretty good use of it. The sound, it's not audiophile quality, but it was more than for me, it was fine. Now you can use some apps to kind of tweak the sound as well. You can download an equalizer and tweak the sound, try and get it a wee bit better. But it is what it is. And for that price, you're getting a half decent MP3 player that will function as a phone and will get you online. So, I just feel that's the novelty value is what people would buy it for, but I mean it is functional as well. So that's really about it. There's not much else that one can say about this phone. Now, FYI, although I said I got this from King Sook, again, I have no affiliation with any company or anything like that. I'm just like you, a normal buyer, and I do it for fun and to see what is new. And I did hear some people had some issues with King Sook, when they had problem with their phone and tried to return it. I haven't had any problems, but I did face an issue with my payment, but it's through PayPal, so that'll ultimately be resolved. So I'm not particularly worried about that. But buyer beware. And really, as I said, if you can maybe find things on souk.com in the GCC, I think maybe you have a bit better buyer protection. Of course, they don't have everything that we want. Plus, they are not as cheap. So that's just my opinion. I've recently, as I've said on other reviews, been shopping at 360 Souk, and I've had no problems. But again, I haven't had to return anything, and they have had some nice deals. But I'm sure, should I have to return something, I don't think it'd be that smooth. So really, you know, buyer beware. That's all I can say. So that's it. This is the Soyes S7 mini Android phone. Looks like an iPhone of some sort, a wee bit fatter. Yeah, I mean, okay, for that money, I'd buy it. I did buy it. Okay, anybody got any comments? Whatever, do the old at the bottom of the screen, and I will do my bestest to get back to you. And let me apologize again for my previous review and having the wrong facts come up at the beginning of that review. That was a technical hitch, and I'm sure it won't happen again. Okay, thank you. Bye.